Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description.
So let's talk words of power. So if you like what you hear in this episode, definitely drop a like and subscribe for more magical content. I upload at least once a week, if not twice, and I cover all sorts of magical topics. So we're talking about words of power. Now, you can go with the stereotypical ones from everything in the Harry Potter series that makes spells happen to things as simple and whatnot as, abracadabra, stuff like that. So we can actually program any kind of word to be a word of power. And what I mean by that is that we can program certain words to bring about certain emotional states that allow us to act differently in different situations. I don't know if this applies to everybody, but there's certain words that I hear that bring up certain reactions to me. Different things that I'm afraid of. There's people that are afraid of spiders, and when they hear spider, they freak out, things like that. So we can actually do that in a positive way to bring about certain things. Let me give you an example, right? So if you are going to be giving a presentation or going to an interview or something like that, and you want to feel more confident, then you can program a particular emotional state with that word confident that you can then trigger by saying that word. Now, of course, I just used a regular word in English, but I would suggest creating a nonsense word, and let me tell you why. So we can use different words in all types of daily conversation, and sometimes you don't necessarily need that boost of confidence or whatever when you're just talking in everyday speech, and if you happen to use that word, that would trigger an emotional state, a certain emotional state when you really don't need it, right? So you want to think of statement of intent and what you want to get out of it, and I suggest creating a nonsense word out of it. So in my book Handy Sigil Magic and Magical Movement, I talk about how to program different words of power. If you want to get into those books, you can check my link tree down below. I have all of my books available. They're on Amazon. And, if you want to dive deep into magic, I have several books on there. But what you want to do is take your statement of intent of, let's say something like, I want to be good at an interview, right? So you would take the letters from that phrase. You could even start with just the first letter of every word. So I want to be good at the interview. So you got IWTBGATI. So when you could pause this video for a second and write those things down. So I could take those letters, right, and I could rearrange them to create a new word that in English makes no sense, right? So, for example, I'm going to go with BITW. Let's see, BITWGAI. I'm going to rearrange it. BITWAGI, because I did consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, right? So the word I came up with from that statement of intent was bitwagi. So bitwagi to me means I want to be good at the interview. But my conscious mind just recognizes bitwagi. But my subconscious mind knows what that means. So then I program that particular statement of intent as this nonsense word. So then when I'm in a meditative state or I'm in ritual and I'm creating a spell for this kind of thing to be good at this interview, I would use this nonsense word, in this case, bitwagi, as a mantra, and I would say it over and over and over and over and over again while I'm raising my emotional state of feeling positive and confident by looking into my past about different times that I did feel positive and confident, and I bring that emotional feeling and that emotional state up in myself, and I keep repeating that word. Therefore, by programming it, I'm tying that emotional state with that nonsense word. And the more often that I do that in preparation for an interview, maybe I'm doing it every day for a week or a month before I have something big that I'm going to go to, in this case an interview. And then when they welcome me in to go and sit down to go and have that interview, I'm going to be saying that mantra slash nonsense word over and over and over and over. And that is going to trigger those emotional states that I was looking to have in order to go in there and not be nervous, not have, knees weak, arms that are heavy, vomit in a sweater already, all that kind of stuff. So I actually feel good about what I'm going to do. So we can actually program different words of power that we can then use in our everyday lives to act and feel the way that we want, because we don't want negative emotions, and we don't want fear, and we don't want any of that other stuff that's bringing us down, and it's going to get us nervous, because then we cannot act in our full capacity. So you could try this out for yourself. Take a statement of intent, boil it down to the consonants and to like the first letter of every word. And if all you have is consonants, you can throw in some vowels in there. The point is you create a nonsense word out of a statement of intent that you can then program and tie to what you want to feel and what you want to succeed at and what you want to do. And then you can program that through meditation and manipulating your emotions and bringing up that positive emotional state, or whatever emotional state you might need in order to take that situation that you have and be successful at it. So words of power are real, and we just have to know and have to learn how to use them. If you liked this, drop a comment and let me know what you think about it. Definitely let me know any other topics that you might want me to speak about or make content on, because I'm always looking for suggestions. And if you like what you heard, definitely drop me a like and take a look at my channel for more offerings. Good hunting.